Hello everybody, welcome back to Build and Battle MTG. If you are new, my name is Austin, and today we are doing a video on my favorite cards from Innistrad Midnight Hunt. If you haven't seen any spoilers on this set and you'd like to check that out, I have some videos on it, 2 of them. And if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It really helped my small channel out a lot. And drop a comment down below if you're new. Love to see that I have some new viewers. And let's begin the video. So, my first favorite commander card on this list is Consuming Blob. So for 3 and 2 green, you get a star-star+1. So it's a 0/1 when it enters, basically. And Consuming Blob's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. Okay, so at the beginning of your end step, create a green ooze creature token with this creature's power and toughness is equal to the number of card types in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. Okay, so you have to kind of care about like wanting creatures on the battlefield, or you have a graveyard theme in your deck. Obviously, that's really good. Or you just have a really diverse deck and you think this card's awesome because it's insane. And I love this card design. Anyways, so at worst, you're going to get a 0/1, but like, when is that ever going to happen? Like, it's a 5-drop. Okay, that's kind of a lot. You care about making tokens in your deck? Throw this in there. This card's great. Or if you're like a Golgari kind of graveyard reanimate deck, throw this in there. This card's really good. At the beginning of your end step, you make a token that's literally like a copy of this, except for it doesn't make more tokens of itself. That's going to get out of hand really fast. I just feel like this card can make a ton of card advantage for just 5, especially if you have a graveyard theme in your deck. So yeah, that's like really powerful. I love this card. All right, my next favorite card on the list is Hostile. It is a land, which is really cool that it enters untapped, can tap for colorless. Okay, so it's a land, enters untapped, tap for colorless. Pay 1 of like generic mana. That's what you call that, right? Pay 1, tap, sacrifice a creature, put a soul counter on Hostile. Then if there are 3 or more soul counters on it, remove those counters, transform it, then untap it, activate only as a sorcery. Okay, so let's see what this transforms into. You have to have 3 hostile counters or soul counters or whatever the hell is on this. Soul counters to transform this. So that's sacking 3 creatures over 3 turns because you have to tap this. Alright, so you're going to get a 3/7 artifact creature horror construct. Keep in mind that this is black because of this black circle on the card, so black commander decks. Anyways. Whenever creeping in attacks, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of creature cards exiled with creeping in, and you can pay 4 and creeping in phases out. Wow. A land that can do like this much stuff, even just a land with a sacrifice outlet. Like some decks don't even care what they're sacrificing to. They literally just want to sacrifice creatures. And this is going to give you value off that for free. It's literally a free sack outlet. It's a land. Enters untapped, which I think is just phenomenal. This card design is really cool, by the way. I just think this card's great in Aristocrats decks. Also, don't worry about these prices if you're looking at that. Like, this set is not out yet, so these aren't right. But this card, yeah, this card's like can be really powerful in the right deck. And I just think it's a really cool design. So, yeah, definitely cool card. Also, it enters untapped, which is, like, amazing. Next up, we are going to be going over Intrepid Advisory. For 1 and a white, it's a 3/1 lifelink, human scout creature. When Intrepid Advisory enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 and a white any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, that many Valor counters are put on Intrepid Advisory. Then it says creatures you control get +1/+1 for each Valor counter on Intrepid Advisory. Alright, so this card, like, by itself, let's go over the body. For 2, you're getting a 3/1 lifelink. Okay, that's a relevant body in Commander, especially for certain decks that like attacking or gaining life. That's a good body. So what decks want this? So there's a lot of human decks that are being printed. Like literally right here's a human commander. We'll go over that later. But I'm looking at this for like my Arios deck or decks that like attacking. Because for 4, you can pay this for 4. And it's going to enter, it says creatures you control, so it counts itself. So you're going to get a 4/2 lifelink that gives all your other creatures +1/+1. But like what's really good about this card, I think, is the diversity. So you can play this early game. Nice, you have a body to attack with now. You're going to start gaining life on turn 3. Like on turn 3, you could gain 3 life from this. No one's like probably you're going to get through to someone probably on turn 3 with this, especially if you draw it into your opening hand, and that's just like nice life gain damage right off the start. You could equip this, I guess, but it's really just good for decks that are going wide, and I think it's great that you can just dump like any number of mana into this, and it's just gonna make your creatures so good. And then the lifelink is like a nice add-on too. So yeah, definitely a great card. And the last card on this list, because this video is getting way too big, is Unnatural Growth. For 1, a green, a green, a green, and a green. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. This card is insane. I was so happy when they printed this. If your commander has trample, throw this in your deck. If you're going wide with creatures, throw this in your deck. If you like attacking, throw this in your deck. Werewolf deck, throw this in your deck. Finn the Fanebearer, this is going in my Finn the Fanebearer deck. I just think this card's really good. Like, that's a powerful ability. Yeah, this could just win games on the spot. Definitely a great card. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. And I will be making a part 2, like, really soon. So comment down below if you'd like to see that. And we'll see you in the next video.